Okay, welcome. And if you're watching yesterday's episode of the Clarks, you know that we got to the point where Sue talked a little bit about her upbringing, her childhood life, and now we come to the point where we're both 19, not 18 as I thought, and we get to meet. Now, just tell us about what you were doing work-wise at that point.
I just finished at college and I was working for Rentokil when we met.
So you're good at getting rid of pests.
Now, I used to control the men who got rid of the pests.
So you had quite a responsible job, didn't you?
So I was actually responsible for a department of 22 men and keeping them in order. So, yeah.
So actually, I mean, this will come a bit later, but Sue had quite a high-powered role for someone so young, and actually to give up that for many years when our children were upbringing was quite a sacrifice. But we'll come on to that later. So we started meeting in Sister Gwen's house, and tell us what effect that had on your faith journey and what impact.
Well, I guess I'd always been interested in the things of God. But I saw God as somebody who was always there with the scales, and if you did enough good things, it went up, and if you did bad things, it went down, and it depended on the end of the day how well you'd done. And I think when I met you lot, I thought you were all a bit crazy, really, because your faith seemed personal. And it seemed to be much more than just this distant God weighing things up. So, but I couldn't put you down. I just couldn't put the group of you down. I used to long for Friday nights when we used to meet. And eventually we went to a musical, can you remember?
Come Together.
Come Together. Which was a bit cheesy if
Jimmy and Carol Owens. It's probably still out there on the internet somewhere.
But there was a man talking in, I don't know, the middle or part of it, who said that it was knowing God was a bit like getting married. You think you know all about the person you're going to marry, but it's not until you really make that commitment that you find out all the rest about them. And that's certainly true. But I realised that for me, I was interested in God. I wanted him to be there. But I hadn't made that commitment. And during the course of that evening and probably a whole course of time, and still to some extent, that commitment was made and is growing stronger.
So it's not a one-time commitment, is it? It's an ongoing thing, day by day almost. You're recommitting yourself to God and exploring God and all that God means for you and in your life. Great. I think we've come to a great point to stop at that point. And then tomorrow we'll perhaps move on and see where we come to. So again, thanks for watching.